People didn't scream. They didn't run. They simply vanished, while others were watching. What happened there was never explained. This is not a legend meant to entertain. This is not a story created to scare. What you are about to hear is based on an incident that left behind questions, not answers. There are places in this world that feel wrong the moment you step into them. Nothing looks dangerous. Nothing moves strangely. Yet your body reacts before your mind does. Your chest feels heavy, your thoughts slow down, and a quiet voice inside you says, "Don't stay here long." The place where this incident happened looked ordinary. A flat stretch of land, open on all sides. People passed through it daily. Some stopped to rest, some worked nearby. Life moved as usual, until that day. The morning was calm, the sky was clear, no storms, no warnings. People gathered there for different reasons: work, travel, curiosity. No one came expecting history to change. Locals had always spoken in low voices about this place. They said staying too long made them uneasy. Some claimed their phones lost signal without reason. Others said their watches showed the wrong time, but these were brushed off as coincidences. Humans are good at ignoring danger when it doesn't have a clear shape. Around midday, something subtle changed. The wind slowed, then stopped, not gradually, instantly. Birds that had been making noise went silent together, not one by one, all at once. People noticed. They looked up. Someone laughed nervously and joked about the strange weather, but the laugh didn't spread. A faint sound began to fill the air, not loud, not clear, like a distant hum, vibrating inside the ears instead of outside. Some people felt dizzy, others felt pressure in their heads. A few tried to step away but hesitated, unsure why. Then it happened. 3 people were standing close, talking. One blinked, and the person in the middle was gone. No movement, no sound, no warning, just empty space. At first the others assumed it was a trick of the eyes. They turned around, expecting to see him behind them. He wasn't there. Seconds later, another person vanished. 5 steps away. Panic spread, but slowly, like thick smoke. People shouted names. Some ran, some froze. A man later said he was holding his friend's hand tightly. He felt warmth, then nothing. His hand closed around air. Those who tried to run described the same thing. Their legs felt heavy, unresponsive, as if the ground itself was resisting them. More people disappeared. Not together, not in a pattern, just gone. No marks were left behind, no sounds of struggle, no signs of force. Within minutes, it stopped. The wind returned. Sounds came back. The world continued, as if nothing had happened. But the people who vanished never returned. Those who survived were questioned repeatedly. Their stories matched in disturbing detail. The silence, the pressure, the instant disappearances. No explanation satisfied the authorities. No theory survived close inspection. And the most terrifying part, everyone who disappeared was awake, alert, and being watched. Whatever happened there did not hide, it did not chase, it simply took and left no trace behind. And to this day, no one can answer one question. Where did they go? The survivors thought the nightmare was over. They were wrong. Within hours, the area was sealed. Officials arrived, followed by people who asked questions no one else dared to ask. They didn't look confused. They looked prepared. Everyone who had been there was separated and questioned. Same questions, same order, again and again. What did you hear? What did you feel? Did you see anything unusual before it happened? The answers were almost identical. A pressure in the head, a strange calm mixed with fear, and the feeling that time had slowed, just for a moment. Medical tests showed nothing unusual, no drugs, no trauma, no shock, but something didn't make sense. Every survivor's watch, phone, or electronic device showed the same error. A missing window of exactly 47 seconds. Not frozen time, missing time, as if those seconds had never existed. The area was searched inch by inch, ground scans, thermal cameras, deep drilling, nothing, no underground chamber, no gas leaks, no radiation strong enough to explain what happened. At night, the place was worse. Cameras recorded faint distortions like heat waves, but colder. Sound equipment picked up low-frequency vibrations below normal hearing. Animals refused to go near it. Then came the first mistake. A research team decided to stay overnight inside the perimeter. At 2:11 a.m., the cameras glitched, for less than a minute. When the feed returned, one chair was empty. The person assigned to it was gone. No panic this time. Only silence. The remaining team members didn't run. They didn't scream. They later said something chilling. It felt like the place noticed us. After that incident, access was permanently restricted. No official explanation was ever released. But years later, fragments of information leaked. People who disappeared shared nothing in common, except one detail. All of them were standing still when it happened, not moving, not walking away, not resisting, as if movement mattered, as if attention mattered. Some theorized a natural phenomenon. Others whispered about something far worse, a space where reality briefly folds, or a zone where existence itself becomes unstable. But one final report changed everything. A document mentioning a signal, not coming from the ground, but from slightly above it, as if whatever took them was not beneath the earth, but waiting just close enough to touch this world. The place still exists. It looks normal, quiet, harmless, and yet those who know the truth say only one thing: some places are not dangerous because you can die there, but because you can disappear without ever knowing why. Years passed, but the place was never forgotten. It was erased from public maps, renamed in documents, and surrounded by silence. But silence does not erase curiosity. A classified research group was formed in secret, not to rescue anyone, but to understand what notices humans there. They studied old data again, frame by frame, second by second, and they found something everyone missed. Right before each disappearance, there was a pattern, a brief synchronization. Heart rate slowed. Breathing became shallow. Brain activity dropped into the same narrow range. It was as if the human body briefly matched a frequency it was never meant to touch. The researchers believed the place wasn't hunting. It was responding. Responding to stillness, to focus, to awareness. That explained why running sometimes helped, why movement broke the effect, why those frozen in fear vanished first. Then came the most disturbing discovery. Sound recordings, when slowed thousands of times, revealed a structure, not noise, not static, a repeating sequence, not a language, not a message, a signal. The signal appeared only when humans were present, as if the place activated because of us. One researcher wrote a single line before the project was shut down: "We are not being attacked. We are being recognized."
We are not being attacked. We are being recognized.
During the final experiment, a motion sensor was left inside the zone. No humans nearby, no animals, no wind. At exactly the same time as the original incident, the sensor stopped transmitting. For 47 seconds. When it came back online, its position had changed, moved, by something unseen. Whatever exists there does not belong to our rules of space or time. It doesn't chase, it doesn't warn, it waits. And if you stand still long enough, if you listen too closely, if you become quiet enough, you might match it. And once you do, you don't leave, you don't fall, you don't die. You are simply no longer here. The final truth did not come from scientists. It came from an accident. Years after the site was abandoned, a maintenance drone malfunctioned during a routine flyover. It lost altitude and drifted directly above the restricted zone. For 47 seconds, its transmission went silent. When the signal returned, the drone was still airborne, but its internal systems were wrong. Its clock was ahead by several hours. Its location data showed a position that did not exist on any map. And its memory contained something impossible. A shadow, not cast by the sun, not connected to any object. A shadow that moved independently. Frame-by-frame analysis revealed something chilling. The shadow only appeared when the drone hovered completely still. The moment it drifted, even slightly, it vanished. That was the pattern all along. Stillness was not harmless. Stillness was an invitation. The place was not a hole, not a trap, not a gateway. It was a boundary. A thin layer where two realities brushed against each other for less than a minute at a time. Most of the time, nothing happened. But when conditions aligned, silence, awareness, stillness, the boundary weakened, and something on the other side noticed. No one knows what exists beyond that line. No messages ever came back. No bodies, no signals meant for us. Only absence. The site remains sealed today, not with fences, but with rules. No stopping, no standing still, no silence for too long. People who guard the perimeter are taught one thing above all. If the wind suddenly stops, if the world becomes quiet, if you feel watched, keep moving. Because some mysteries are not meant to be solved. They are meant to be survived.